Yo, Q, what up? Yo, Q,
Man,
what
I'm
up?
keeping it real. What up, Duan?
Welcome
Let's get it.
to Not
Not
Just
just
Music,
music.
where we keep it real
Uh-huh.
and honest.
Always.
My mama praying, telling me, Q, you need to chill. They can't respect the truth from just silence.
Not Just Music Podcast episode.
We back.
Happy Thursday, y'all. Hopefully y'all are doing well and getting ready to roll into this weekend. It's 8:00 p.m. Where y'all at? Where
you at?
Come in, sit down, enjoy. Firstly, like, subscribe, carry it on to somebody else, share. However, hand it to them. Sit them down, be like, invite them over. Hey, look, come over, sit down. Let's watch this podcast together.
You heard of Not Just Music Podcast?
Yeah, let me put you on something new, something y'all ain't probably ever seen. But again, if you have seen it, share it with somebody. Like, comment. All the stuff that y'all have been doing, we are greatly appreciated. We are greatly appreciative of all of it.
And so we ain't going nowhere. Long as God give us the breath, we ain't going nowhere.
I pray longevity. I pray strength. I pray consistency. I pray.
So watch somebody that's consistent.
Never give
watch
up.
A brand that's
I pray a lot. I pray a lot. So, what's the business, man? How's everything for you, sir?
Everything good, man. It's everything is a blessing, man. It's a blessing, bro. Blessings on blessings.
Anything new?
Man, the music is doing well. The R&B, the tracks, you produce, Dreams to Reality, This is True Love. Yeah, I gotta throw out Dreams to Reality is doing good. On the top 10 for 3 weeks and counting on this one platform, music platform. It's just a blessing, to have your music and what you do recognized, bro. Like, this is what I was wanting in the beginning, you know what I'm saying? To have this attention, bro. You know what I'm saying? On something that I love. So it really motivates me to keep going too. You know what I'm saying? To even make a harder track. Next track, you feel me? Mm-hmm. And remember, I spoke it into existence because I was like, you asked me some episodes ago, what was your goal? And I wanted to make a hit, a hit song, not just an okay song, something that was gonna get some attention. So, yeah, man.
Does it feel good to? Does it finally feel as if the labor means well to you?
Yes.
I know it's hard.
It's hard to stay. It's hard to stay confident when you're not seeing the numbers at first. You know what I'm saying? This is like to all artists out there. When you don't see it, I know it, but I'm prime example. Like, stick with it. You know what I'm saying? Just and treat it like you love. Like, if you love it, it don't matter if you're seeing the numbers right away or not. If you love what you're doing,
fall in love.
Yeah,
fall in love, y'all. Just fall in love with your craft. If nothing else, if I have to tell you to fall in love with it, you didn't love it. So, if you're not in love with the craft, it's just a lot of your work will be in vain. That's one of those biggest things. I remember when you first came and was working on music. Yeah. I knew there was a idea of, you wanted to be and do music, but I didn't know how much you loved it. And that was one thing I was like, okay, I'm gonna see if he really loves music or not, because I know a lot of times it's like now.
And I like this. I like hearing your view of me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if it's a thing that you tell yourself, if you tell yourself that you could do something, you can do it. That's what I always.
So what was your view? What was your view from then to now?
It wasn't a view. It was more so of a observance. Yeah. I observed, because I don't want to view a person.
Observant. Yeah,
I say observe because I don't like to. Observing has more of. I get to see
what you feel,
phases of what you're going to be. What you can do, or your opportunity to show what you're going to be. Yeah. I can't force you, as I always say. There's no forcing anybody to do anything. If you force somebody to do something like that, like music or something like that, to force them to come to work, force them to come to the studio, force them. No.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to do that to you. When like I said, when I first started working with you, I was never gonna be the pushy type.
Yeah.
You have to want it.
Yeah.
And I allowed you to show that you want it. I didn't never put it on you to be a strain to you, like, oh, Q got to do it this way, Q got to do it that way.
Yeah.
Or like I had a presented, like I'm presenting a label or something like that. No.
Yeah.
What do you feel you should want to do? How often do you want to come to the studio?
Mm-hmm.
You know, those are things that I'm going to look at. You know, if you come to the studio rarely, I understand. I'm not mad at that. Like I tell a lot of artists, other artists I work with, if you can't come to the studio, if you don't come to the studio, I'm not going to be mad at you. But the biggest thing what you got to realize is the more you practice, the better you get. Mm-hmm. That's one thing that's why I was talking about with us on our last episode. Find your way to get your own equipment. Find your own way to record. Find your own way to put your content out. The biggest thing you do, that'll make you win a whole lot easier, quicker, smarter, because the case of you're learning the craft, one.
In the comfort of your own zone.
You're teaching yourself another craft that you probably never expected yourself to do, you know, in the first place. I never expected myself to be a recording engineer. But you found out that you could be one. Yeah. In the midst of, just like now, you know how to do the basics of recording. You can take that little bit that I showed you and run with that.
Exactly.
I gave you a cheat code to understanding how to record yourself. Even if you didn't know how to, now you know how to record yourself. Mm-hmm. And not only that, you got the cameras in front of us, now you know how to do visual at the same time. Mm-hmm. So you're visually recording and you're having an audio recording at the same time. These are all things that you're gathering to be better as a brand for your own self. Because if nothing else, nothing goes on, you see it, you saw it, you understand it. If you go to some studio, you'll have some inkling of what's going on. You see Pro Tools on the screen, you understand, okay, well, I know how to armor track and I know how to record. That's a long way already. Yeah. So for what you've done and for what you've gathered, for the struggles, the good times, the bad times, all of that stuff, it counts. Yeah. It builds a character. It makes a person who they are. It makes a artist who they are. Mm-hmm. I never been a person to tell a person again how great they have gotten. What I do see is that you're consistently trying to take chances at what you want to do. Yeah. And that's hard to do. Yeah.
Certain things it gets misunderstood a lot. Like, mm-hmm. you know, like, he must not love music like that. He must not love this like that. But mm-hmm. it's not that. It's just I want to be remembered when I leave. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just like I want to be big, megastar. I don't want to just be like Quincy, the music artist. Mm-hmm. What about Quincy, the businessman, the actor, the all these accolades behind your name? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's what I visualize when I leave Earth. You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
Have more than one accolade behind my name.
That's good. You know and
while I'm here to do it, because some people don't live long.
No, they don't.
Able to do
they
it,
don't.
You know what I'm saying?
And the hardest part, that's the hard part.
They have all that talent, and you know, like young artists dying, like they have all this talent, but then like you say, wasn't in the studio a lot, got all these great songs, these few great songs, and it's like, man, this man could have made good music. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I be trying to cram it all in while I'm here, bro.
So for all that has been presented though, now that and even moving forward as an artist, or even like I told you, like as a brand, period. The stuff that you learn, remember to give that to somebody else. Yeah. That's why I always, because if you didn't know how to do it and now you know how to do it, give it to somebody else.
Because you gave it to me. You know,
I don't know. How I learned is the not any different than what you did. It's just that the opportunities of trying were a little different for me because I just had a drive to learn. And I don't think it was really more so of like saying that, okay, I wanted to be an artist. I just wanted to learn. That's it. Yeah. I didn't want to go say, okay, look, I'm a music producer to anybody. I didn't want to go say that. I don't want to say I just make beats. I didn't want to just say those things and I'm doing way more than that. So the thing is you gotta present yourself as that brand. Period. Like, Hold On Entertainment.
Yeah.
If it's the brand that you want to roll with it.
And you know, and I'm gonna be perfectly honest on this episode. Like, I feel like I'm glad at what I've accomplished. You know what I'm saying? But in my mind, I probably could have been even bigger if it wasn't due to, and I don't make excuses, but due to, we talked about this in the past, like life situations before you're starting a business or, you know what I'm saying, a brand or whatever, a career. Like, you know, it's like you're there, but then you're here in the other world, the real world too. So it's like you're battling with real life, and then you're trying to juggle your career. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, I'm there, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, man, what about when I got to go into reality, you know what I'm saying? Back to my other life, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like that, I put it with Chris Brown and Michael Jackson. Like, a lot of people, like, you know, Chris Brown cannot be on Michael Jackson level. And I'd be like, well, Chris Brown did a lot to have the lifestyle that he had, the upbringing that he had, the resources he had. Chris Brown was going through a lot while he was doing this. Michael had pretty much, you know, a good life, you know, where he could just focus on music. You know what I'm saying? Chris Brown was actually having to live life and make music. So I think you got to look at it like that. Like, Chris Brown is great in his own right, juggling life and music, you know, together. Like Michael, where he could have just went in the studio and just focused on music. So you got to put that into it too. Like, you know, people's struggles is different, but everybody has the same mission, is to be great, but, you know, different struggles. You get what I'm saying? And the same hustle.
Like how you say with Chris Brown, right? It's people that deal with the stuff of daily. Yeah. You know, people forget this part, I think, a lot. Excuse me. Artistry and being, not even just being artists, being part of a brand, realizing where those small drawbacks can put you really affect the brand, like you said. Absolutely. The reason being is, I hate to say this, in an independent lane, when you're independent, you can't stop.
You can't
let anybody see the hurt. You can't let anybody see the pain. You can't let anybody see those days when there are just...
And I'm learning that, man.
Transparency is
so
key.
Hard, bro.
Yeah,
but I wear my heart on my sleeve, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
and that's, if you're transparent, that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
you know, and your transparency, because
but now I smack myself back in reality. Get right, Q. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You have to. You know, you have to. Like, I struggle with a lot. You know, I struggle, and I say struggle with a lot. Yeah. But the biggest thing is, I never let the struggles get me to where I'm forgetting about the brand. Just like today, today was one of those days where it was like, okay, if I put effort in, put the energy in, I'll get something out of it. If I put the effort and the energy in there, knowing I had a lot to do today, I didn't turn away from what we needed to do. I didn't turn away from, okay, well, we focused on shooting today. We're going to shoot today. We're going to shoot today. Yeah. I don't care what went on today.
Hey, remember I hit you up and I was on the fence, like, man, I'm at work right now, I'm tired. And then I thought to myself, if I had the energy to come to this job working for them, why can't I put that same energy into my brand? So I had to slap myself back into reality. Q, what you doing?
That's good.
You know what I'm saying?
That's good. Because a lot of people can't do that part. That's why I say, you have to talk yourself through these situations.
Exactly.
You know, like, until you get to a point where you have people, this is my team. My team is putting this together for me. Yeah. They're making this better for me. They're making this happen for me. You
like,
can
we're
take
doing
those,
this. Yeah, we're doing this.
You can take those dead moments, and you know what I'm saying. You can allow them to do what they're, you know, doing what they're asked to do as a team. Now there's that part where we're artists.
And we pushing something.
And we pushing
independently in a certain stance.
Yeah, there's a different look. You have to take that L and continue to carry that brand at the same time. So my focus towards helping somebody, especially of that part, especially if you're gonna be an independent, take the independent route as if in nobody can. No, it's not going to survive without you. I've said this plenty of times. It's a baby. Treat it like it's a baby. After you treat it like it's a baby, stay consistent. Grind. Run up your numbers, mean your time worked. That's what I mean. Run your numbers up. Because a lot of people feel like that it's the easy part to get in here and record. And it's really not the easy part to get in here and record. The part that's hardest is to get ourselves here to record it. Not coming in here and recording it. So, for one fact, an issue that I've actually recognized for past maybe 5 years is that it's going to take a lot of time to catch up once you stop. So, if you stop, you're losing moments, you're losing time, you're losing days, you're losing hours. If you didn't put in any time in that short time, and a short time can be a long time easily, very quickly, if you're not paying attention to it.
You don't allow the competition to catch up.
Everybody catching up. Even the job caught up to you. Even the parents and what they felt caught up to you. Even your kids caught up to you.
Even the greats that you think of that's out here, you know, they know they got to continue to work. You see LeBron going on 40, still playing, you know, because it's that hunger. And like, if I quit now, like, you know what I'm saying? Who gonna get my numbers?
Iron is hot. If you got it, you got it.
Yeah.
If you ain't got it, you ain't got it. But if you got it and you could do it at a high level,
Drake still doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? He just went back on tour. He said he ain't dropped the album in 3 years and he feel bad. You know what I'm saying? Because that ain't him to take time off, take breaks. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly. Now, next thing we can talk about. You was talking about this the other day, man. Especially speaking on culture. How the culture has changed as far as like the appearance of the culture, right?
Yeah.
And then we talked about it on the close. But firstly, before I talk about with the close, what's the biggest thing when it's especially being an artist? What's your biggest thing as saying you're making a mark on people about how you appear? And like before the podcast started, you was, you know, you addressing the situation of, you know, getting yourself together, right?
Yeah.
So you take your appearance heavily, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
So tell me this: do you feel that appearance has affected not the culture, but generally everything that goes on in the world today? Meaning, you see people, and I'm gonna give you an example. How many bonnets do you see in a day on a female's head? Don't tell me, but just you get what I'm saying, right? Yeah. So do you think that it's people have been affected by the way they see things and visualize things coming from, you know, an earthly standpoint of people and people how they perceive them?
Yeah, I feel like folks won't. I feel like it's so powerful. Folks won't even associate or even give you a chance if you don't approve to their look. You know what I'm saying? like artwork, album covers. They might see an album cover. You know, something might not be like baggy clothes, because I'm a baggy type dude. You know what I'm saying? Like me and you were talking about. I never got into the trend of the skinny jeans and the tight shirts and stuff like that. I've always like to look fly, you know what I'm saying, but I like to be comfortable too. I'm a comfortable person. So that like people styles is different. You know what I'm saying? Like I like to be comfortable. I like to be able to move. You know what I'm saying? Like, but still look good. You know, you can look good and wear baggy stuff and wear this and that. You know what I'm saying? Jerseys my style. Like I said, I was influenced by cultures before me. You know what I'm saying? So we're talking about influences. Yeah, I feel like it's still it's heavier now. You know what I'm saying, about the influence. But now it's like the influence might be in negative ways, and when in the past it was probably positive. You know what I'm saying, and it wasn't more the judging. It was more like, oh, that's fly. But now it's more like, I don't rock with that. I don't like that because that's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, he tacky because he's still, you know, rocking the baggy jeans and this and that. So it's like, you know, I think it's hurt the culture now, but back then it used to help. You know, it helped. I feel the culture.
Now, do you feel as if an artist now, do you have those moments where you're like, you know what, I'm Q, I'm gonna be Q,
Yeah.
and I'm not worried about the case of appearance, but
Yeah.
at the same time, you're watching what you're doing, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And I think
and that's how I am, because I feel like, you know, when you real with yourself and you know who you are, that's, you can have that confidence.
There you
like
go.
you know, you can have that confidence, and like they say, it's really not the clothes, it's the person in the clothes.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
And I know what I come with. You know, like you put the mic on me right now, ask me to freestyle or sing, I know I'm gonna sing my ass off, rap my behind off. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you know,
have that.
I know I can have that drive. I know who I am as a person. So I feel comfortable in everything I do, everything I wear, basically everything about Quincy Murdoch. You know?
So do you feel the presentation over the next 5 years, right? Do you feel that hip hop is going to be a thing of more? Is it going to be? Is hip hop? Let me ask now. Is hip hop right now about appearance, or is it more about the talent?
It's more about presentation.
More about a presentation. Tell me why.
Because
Give me an example. Give me an artist that you feel has an effect on people. Right, it is the newer generation.
Sexy Red. Sexy Red. I mean, I know some people might watch this. There might be fans of Sexy Red. I'm not dissing her or nothing like that, but I gotta be honest. Like, I just listened to the song "Round Town," messing with my rounds, but you know, y'all know the rest.
Yeah.
Like, I just, like, I don't understand what's so talented about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, the presentation, like her presentation is known too. Like, you know, with the glasses and the outfits, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just,
She sells a very different look to people.
yeah. Like back then, the music, that, yeah, it was presentation, but the artists were gifted. Like, they were talented. You know what I'm saying? You used to look at 50 Cent and was like, man, I want the body 50 Cent guy. You know what I'm saying? Or I want the toughness 50 Cent. Like, he raw with it. His raps, you know what I'm saying? Nelly with the Band-Aid, the swag, like, you know, like with the catchy lyrics and the flow. You know what I'm saying? And like, they had the whole package. I feel like they had, and then a lot of them had the artist development. I think that's what's missing now. Like, they need the artist development now, man.
Teams to help.
You know what I'm saying?
Teams to help out with that. Seriously,
The right team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know, we need artist development nowadays. You know, and a lot of,
that's good.
yeah. And a lot of times I feel like another thing is, I think people these you know, artist developments that they might have, or these people, you know, with these companies and signing these artists, don't have a good education or background on the culture, on the, you know, on our culture, where we come from, hip hop, you know, R&B, like the true roots of the culture. So they push these crazy narratives, and like you say, it's influencing in good ways and bad ways nowadays. You know, I feel more bad than good.
More bad than good, yeah. More bad than good. Now, see, you just gave a very good situation. Artist development, right?
Yeah.
You take the common artist out here. One of the hardest things for the common artist to do is understand how to develop. You got to develop. You have to get better. You have to get better. You have to learn. You have to do some things you ain't did before. You have to take those risks. You have to do it all. If you don't ever do it, you're never developed.
You gotta know how to talk, like talk in interviews. You gotta know how to talk at the tables with these big time people. You gotta, like, you can't be ratchet everywhere you go. You can't be like, nah, next question. Like, you gotta be presentable. You gotta be, you know what I'm saying, like, to the public eye.
This is a business driven. This business is driven by developing, meaning to get better. So just like I was saying a few episodes ago, everybody wanted their own talk show for a long time. Everybody wanted a podcast for a long time. Everybody wanted all these things to put together. But you gotta look at it as if in like, if you're not developing, like I just telling somebody the other day how I went back and looked at some of our old stuff and then looked at some of the new stuff, how we came a long way from just saying that it was just like set up any kind of way to it actually looks like a actual look. You give it a vibe, sitting up in the studio, you know, we having these conversations, we get to talk, do it in front of the kid. That's development. You keep developing, keep building on it, keep making it look better, keep doing things to grow it, make it grow. I think it really came to now, the way we set up and the way the setup now, the way it looks now, and things like that. Now we could be our own development team. You get what I'm saying? Because we know what it takes to develop a lot of this stuff. Like a lot of people don't take it seriously like we do. Like take it to another level. Say, okay, well, what are y'all doing behind scenes to make it look the way it looked, to make it sound the way it sounds?
And you can tell in the craft, in the work.
Yeah.
Who's developing and who's not, or who's trying and who's not.
You can hear it. You can hear it. You can see it. You can feel it. You can tell the emotion behind it. Like I said, we don't come in here and just like randomly talk about things. We do, but we randomly find our ways to a topic to make a episode be big.
It comes from a place within. You know what I'm saying? And that's the key. It comes from within a place in us. And that's why I want to ask a lot of artists: does the song that y'all make, do you really feel this when you putting it on wax? Like, do you really feel it? You know what I'm saying? Like when Cisco was singing "In My Bed," feel like he went to a place, he was mad. He thinking about it. Did it come from a place within you that's gonna still stick with people? You know what I'm saying? Cause some records is just they hear the next they miss. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you can tell like they had no feeling. They just went in the studio. Let me make a TikTok song, something catchy for the moment, and boom, okay, let me make millions of dollars off this, and whatever happens after that, I don't care. That's not developing. You're thinking just short term. You're not thinking about the future. Let me make a hit where it'll last and then build off that. Then like create a business or this and that, put my money in real estate, this and that. Like, you know, movies, you know, presentation, like developing. You know what I'm saying?
I lost a lot of time doing this movie with yours, right? I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, it's not that I lost the time. I learned from the time I was moving along with, because unlike music, music has a situation where you're creating a short body of work to somebody and you have to catch their attention immediately with it.
Talk about it.
Same thing with a movie, but there's a little difference in understanding a movie and a TV show too. So just like with your movie, to me now it's moved this way from a movie into a documentary.
For real?
The reason being, movies have a certain way that they are supposed to be built. It's supposed to take you up. You know, you're supposed to go up. Supposed to have you start off. You're supposed to have a climax. Supposed to have a part where it levels out. Then it has this part where it crashes right at the end. You know, the plot, thickens and things of that, all that stuff like that. Your movie ain't giving me that movie vibe no more, because I've had to change things in it to make it be, in a sense of taking your vision and putting a spin on your vision to make people see it totally different than what.
And I can tell by what I've seen too. We ain't gonna put that out there, but what I've seen you put a lot of work into this.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying,
I changed it in a sense of to fit what is going on with your life, in your life, versus it being a thing of saying that, okay, we had these videos, we mash all these videos takes together, and then
something nobody can relate to,
and they can't relate to it and they can't feel it, because the case of we're just using visual as it's just the vision of it.
You gotta tighten it up. Yeah.
Adding the
Develop
narrative to it, adding things of, pauses, giving feeling and emotion, stop from one scene to a next scene.
Instead of rolling straight in.
Yeah, it gives it a balance so it could be taken in.
Facts.
Just like when my wife was like, okay, you know what? I watched it. And this is one thing her telling me, this is developing. Here's that word again. Mm-hmm. Is why I said it. So developing a situation, just like with a picture, it takes time to develop a picture in the old school way. Y'all just had to take the little reel out of the camera.
I remember
take that camera to the CVS or to Eckerd.
Yeah,
they take it and they run back there and they run it through all these processes to get that picture to show up. It's a they call it developing a picture. Same exact way as an artist and same way as a creator, same way. Y'all have to start taking your time.
My pastor preaches this development. She said some of y'all need to go in that development room.
Yeah, it takes time.
You can't never. And this is what she said. You can't never be saved from anything if you haven't developed. Like, you can say you're saved, you might get saved too quick. Mm-hmm. But if you haven't went through the process, mm-hmm. then you're gonna go back to what you were. But when you develop it and take process and steps and this and that, you get the final result, and that's the good results, the great results.
Now,
development is a powerful, a strong word.
So, if you take the time, and as also, now take this too, y'all. Make sure you're taking the time to develop as a human being too.
Yeah.
A lot of y'all just really live in a make-believe world when y'all get into doing this stuff, like artistry, content creation, all this stuff. Whatever it is you're doing, don't forget about your human qualities. Yeah. Because y'all forget to grow as a human. Y'all are growing and developing as an artist and as a content creator, all this stuff like that, but y'all ain't growing and developing as a human being. You're going to lose touch in a minute.
And presentation is everything. Because how you present yourself in these songs, mm-hmm. the influences that we have, that's how they're going to approach us on the street.
And exactly.
In our personal life.
Yep.
You coming off like this, they're gonna treat you like that. They're gonna think you like this in real person. And I seen artists that come off as that, and then when they're approached in that manner, mm-hmm. they get mad.
They do.
And that's how I know this must not be you then, because if this is you in the song that you're doing, saying, you ain't gonna get mad about somebody. You say you want men throwing money. Okay, then a man throw money on you when you performing, you get mad. Mm-hmm. So what side are you really on? Like, is this make believe or is this real?
Again,
real life.
That lets you know. Fake? That lets you know that development was taken lightly.
Exactly.
That lets you know. Good conversation. Development.
Yeah, development
is more important than a lot of stuff that we encounter throughout our life, throughout our business life, throughout all of the things that we do to piece those things together. Mm-hmm. Over the next few years, gauge what you're doing. Look at what you're doing. Take the time to look at your growth and development. If you haven't grown any from 2 years ago, if you're still doing the same exact way, putting out music the same exact way that you were 3 years ago, 2 years ago, last year, 6 months ago, and you're still getting the same exact results, that means you might need to develop more.
Somebody just told me that, man. They say you've grown, like where you were some years ago to now. Like, mm-hmm. Somebody told me that. I was like, development. I've developed. You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
So yeah.
Now, again,
development, man.
Help us develop our situation that we're about to talk about here real quick before we go off, and we only got a few seconds to do it. We are doing a giveaway, Thanksgiving giveaway. Not only are we doing a Thanksgiving giveaway, you can also donate. If you want to donate to our cause, if you're on our website right now, just go up there to the top of the website, click the donate tab. It'll take you to what you need to do. Also, it'll take you to our Thanksgiving giveaway. We are working very hard and diligently to link ourselves with a lot of places and a lot of people that can help us push what we're trying to push on a free level, versus it being a thing of it's always something paid. But if you are one of those people that can help us, please help us out. Again, We appreciate y'all coming through another Thursday. We're Not Just Music Podcast. I'm your boy Duan Bruno. Quincy Murdoch in the building as always. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.